What's up, everybody? This is Eddie. I'm here with my man Sam. What's up, my brother?
What's going on, man? Thanks for having me.
Yeah, Sam is an amazing comedian. We had him perform here live, and he's got some pretty cool stuff going on in his life. So we thought we'd invite him and we get him over here to do the wing show with us.
Very cool, man. I'm excited. I've heard stories about these wings, so
Yeah.
I'm eyeing those liquid orange ones nervously, but yeah.
Well, we got 2 rounds. This is round 1, so
Okay.
they're a little bit. They're not. I don't think they're too spicy.
Okay,
not
cool,
yet.
cool.
So the round 2 that gets a little bit spicier. But how are you with hot food usually?
I love it, man. I actually came in here. I was confident all day. I was telling people.
Okay, you're like, psst.
Yeah, I'm not afraid. I was like,
Mexican right
because you
here,
know, like
baby.
the typical like the Waigoran response from Taiwanese, right? They'll be like, "Oh, you don't like it's too spicy."
Yeah,
whatever,
yeah.
You ask for zhongla, they're like, it's like, no,
They're
you
like,
can give me a little
that
more.
stuff. Hell
Like,
yeah.
let me feel it, but yeah. But then some people were texting me today about the nuclear hot one.
So
I was getting.
So
a
I
little
mean,
nervous.
we have to. There's basically 2 rounds, so there's 8 wings, right?
Yeah.
And we basically, we start kind of easy, like buffalo at the beginning, which is pretty easy, and then it gets a little bit crazy. It gets a little bit crazier, but it's fun, man. So I'm really happy. I'm glad that you came out.
Yeah, cheers, man.
And
Yeah.
I was happy that you guys came out and performed and stuff. And
Oh, that was a blast, man. We had a lot of fun.
we're happy to do it again sometime. I know you're
Definitely.
busy, but we before we actually start, why don't you introduce yourself?
Sure thing.
I mean, Sam. Who is Sam Yarbs? Tell
Yeah,
the world,
Sam Yarbs.
man.
I'm the stand-up comic and a founder of 2-3 Comedy here in Taiwan. We do English and Chinese language shows. Right now, you can find us over at 23 Public in Gongguan. But in December, we're opening up our new venue. It's gonna be called 2-3 Comedy Taipei on Linsen Beilu. It's a full-time comedy club. It's the first bilingual comedy club in the history of Taiwan. Full-time. It's gonna be comedy 7 nights a week at that spot.
So that was one of my questions. You actually said that it's the first bilingual. So is there actually is there actually Taiwanese comedy clubs?
The history I know,
because
as
I've
far
never
as
heard
I go back,
of any of it. Yeah,
there's a guy named Socio Chang, and he had a place that was called the Taipei Comedy Club (TCC).
Okay.
It was over by City Hall Station.
This is before.
This is before.
Okay,
that one shut down about 5 or 6 years ago.
Okay.
And he has a new place on Badelu right now. It's called Comedy Base, and they do. Socio's a great guy. Shout out to him. But they only do Mandarin. They only do Chinese stand up. And they have their open mics on Wednesday. It's a small room, but it's a nice spot. It's good.
Okay.
And then Taichung has a comedy club.
Taichung is.
Shout out to Isan Jiang in Taichung. The Laugh House is a fun room up there. Yeah.
Cheers, man.
So, cheers. Yeah.
Thanks for coming out. Appreciate
Absolutely,
that,
man. Yeah. We need it.
So that's because I did a little bit of research, and I mean I was like, well, I can't really find much.
Yeah.
I didn't find. So the first bilingual one. So
Yeah. We're going full on with the programming. Like every night, you either have English or Chinese language stand up going on. Some nights there might be both. We don't mix the two a whole lot. But
that was enough. That was okay.
Yeah, doing lots of things. Yeah, basically Monday, Wednesdays you're gonna have you're gonna have English language open mics.
Okay.
Tuesdays, Thursdays you're gonna have Chinese language open mics, and then we're gonna rotate shows all the weekends, everything like that. If you're interested in this stuff, check out our Facebook page, 2-3 Comedy. Easy, spell it out, TWOTHREE Comedy. And that's our page, and all that good stuff's happening. Yeah.
So we will link all the stuff he's saying. We'll link that in the description.
Yeah.
So if you guys are interested, go check that out. But now let's start. Let's get a wing in here. Yeah.
Okay.
What do you guys
let's do it.
think, man?
Which side am
So
I starting on?
let's start on this side.
Okay.
So what we do is you can pick a wing or the drumstick.
Okay.
Whatever you're into,
I'll do
man.
a drumstick. I'll keep
do
it
the
there.
drumstick.
I'll take it easy right now.
I guess you just got off, right? So you're not.
Yeah,
really,
I'm hungry, man. I'm ready.
So
to
you're
eat,
hungry.
yeah.
All right. Well, you can
I was
take the
just teaching
drumsticks,
some
bro.
jalapenos. There we go.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So this is just a basic sort of. Basic buffalo. I mean, it's not going to be spicy, right?
Why are you doing wings here? You got a Mexican restaurant, and we got wings coming out. Why not tacos or anything like that?
I actually will do. I mean, we obviously do tacos, but actually, have you seen the show called Hot Ones?
Yeah.
So I love that show.
I didn't know if I was allowed to mention that. Okay.
No, it's cool. No, it's cool. I love that show, and so basically, my 2 favorite. You're interviewing me. My 2 favorite podcasts are Hot Ones and the Joe Rogan Experience, right?
All right.
So I thought I kind of want to mix this up. We make wings here. We do pretty good with the wings. They're pretty solid. We get lots of compliments on them.
Have you tried DMT?
I have not. That was my. That's on the list.
Chimpanzees are jacked. Did you know that?
That's
Chimpanzees are jacked.
Yeah. No. So I mean, that's it. I mean, we will do it. We will do a taco one, but I thought.
Right.
Wednesdays at this location, we have cheap wings.
Oh, word?
And I'm like, let's do cheap wing night. let's do the podcast.
Let's
start the whole thing, man.
God knows it's so easy to get to Tianmu on the weekdays. Jesus
exactly.
You guys build a fucking MRT out here? Oh, sorry, am I allowed to swear on this?
Yeah, of course,
okay,
man. Yeah. You know, it's funny because thing about Tianmu, the story is when they were building the MRT.
Yeah.
Of course, they planned on coming right through Tianmu.
Oh yeah, and they kiboshed it, right?
And a lot of the people in this area, apparently, this is what people say. They were kind of like, you keep your public transportation out of Tianmu.
The hell out of here, yeah.
And it's just like, okay.
They don't want my kind just rolling in here for 16 NT a pop, you know? No, come on, yeah. You better get a taxi, motherfucker. Yeah, come on.
It's funny, man. It's funny because they apparently sell cell phone sort of, what it is, the cell phone towers.
Yeah.
They were going to put a couple or whatever in Tianmu, and they also axed that. They're like, no, you keep your cell phone towers out of here.
They get shit done
so you
in
get
Tianmu,
so you get a crappy signal in Tianmu, but that's
the way they like it.
That's the way we love it.
Yeah,
man.
landlines and taxis. That's how you guys are living.
Tianmu's a special place.
It's like 1999 up here, man. Yeah.
It's a special place, man.
Well, that was excellent.
So that was okay, not too spicy,
that was
right?
Excellent, man. Yeah, that was really good.
So when did you know, or when did you feel that I want to do this? I want to be a comedian. I'm going to take this seriously.
Take this seriously.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, as you know,
yeah.
I mean, you are.
Yeah, for sure.
You're I mean,
opening a club. We're taking it as serious as you can take it.
Brother.
Yeah. I think probably the first time I ever got on stage and did it. You know, it was one of those like first time I tried it was at I got my start in Taiwan actually. I think almost 5 years ago now.
Okay.
At a bar, Black Dog. You know Black Dog down in Kaohsiung?
I've heard of it, man, but I've never been.
Shout out to Andrew. Andrew used to run Black Dog. We got our starts there Thursday night.
Okay.
My buddy kind of suckered me into it, to be honest. So he
was like, "You're funny, just get up there."
Yeah, he was like, "Oh, you like stand up? You should do it." And I was like, "No, I'll come and watch the first time." He was like, "Fuck you, everyone says that. First time, you get a big bump, everyone will be into it."
Yeah.
And I go up there, and I'm thinking it's like gonna be me and like 5 other dudes. No, it's just me and him. He's like, I'm the only other comic.
Okay. so you're like, he's like, you're gonna warm it up for me, and then I'm gonna go up and kill.
No, God bless him. He went up. He did 10
went
minutes.
First. Yeah. Okay.
And then he put me up for 2 minutes, and he went up again for another 10 minutes.
Okay.
So he like sandwiched my like shitty 2 minutes that I had.
Okay.
But I remember I got one laugh, and after that I was like, okay, this is the best thing ever.
You're hooked on laughs.
So
Okay.
So I was ready for it. And so
I love that, man.
Yeah. So basically did 2 years in Kaohsiung and like doing shows out of Kaohsiung.
Yep.
My buddy had a surf van. And we would just we would load up. We had another friend of mine built us a stage, and we would shove it in the back of his van, and we just drive around.
Really?
We just cold
that's pretty awesome, dude.
We would just cold call bars. Like in Taichung, we'd look up. We'd be like, "What's the best foreigner bar there?" Be like, "Okay, like people go here. All right, like can we do a comedy show?" And they'd always be like, "It's not going to work." And sometimes they were right. Sometimes it didn't work.
Okay.
There were some bad nights on the road, but a lot of times we had good responses, and we're still in touch with a lot of those venues, and we still do shows.
Do you get to go around? I know you do. I know you get to go around.
I've done shows in
stuff,
13 towns or cities in Taiwan. Yeah, 13 different spots. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like, okay, where's the smallest, sort of most obscure place that you've been in Taiwan doing comedy?
The most obscure place probably like Zhongli was pretty small, but like that's close to Taiwan, Taipei, so people do know that one.
Okay.
We've done several shows in Jiayi, and probably East Coast Dulan. Just above Taidong.
Okay.
Some shows up there, and Hsinchu quite a few times, Jubei, Hsinchu, and those places. Yeah. But I would say probably the smallest crowd we ever get. Oh, Dolio, that has to be the most.
Oh,
shout out to Glenn at Roxy's in Dolio. Yeah, Dolio.
You know what? That's funny because I've actually heard of that place because I had this one of my good buddies that used to live here. He started in Taipei, did that for a year. He didn't really learn much Chinese, and he's like, I'm going to do like a year somewhere like where nobody knows. I'm going to go somewhere small. And then he's just like,
off the grid.
Dolio.
Yeah.
And he couldn't even say it. He's like, what did he say? He said Dolio or something. Dolio.
Yeah.
He said something. And I'm like, okay. So I was asking Taiwanese people. I'm like, Dolio. And they're just like, oh, Dolio. I'm like, oh, okay.
The capital of
and
Changhua County.
Okay, cool. So he stayed there for a while, and he liked it, but his Chinese didn't really get much better.
That's what happened.
And he went back to the States.
Spend every night at Glenn's place.
Exactly. So that
I actually
Chinese
slept
didn't really
at
work
Glenn's bar last time we did a show there.
Okay.
I missed my train out of town.
How's the crowd? I mean, are there any expats up there?
Yeah. People will come like in the area. That bar is especially big. They do a lot of the hash stuff out of there, like a lot of the hash events.
Okay.
Yeah, Glenn's like a big center for that. So we did shows kind of around the hash things there. Yeah, we got nice crowds, great people. Yeah, they had a lot of it's a lot of fun.
Okay.
People come out and they're happy that someone doing something different there, and it's cool.
how do the locals sort of respond to English comedy?
Well, it depends. What do you mean? Like, because when I started in Kaohsiung,
Sure.
like your locals would be different than your Tianmu
That's
locals
true.
up
Of course,
here,
of
right?
course.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's
like,
true.
yeah.
That's
So
true.
I mean, like in Kaohsiung, with just the incredulous stares and what like, you know,
just kinda
why are
staring.
yeah. Why are these guys talking? And
Okay,
when are they going
okay.
to stop? But no, but I think in Taipei, I mean, that's one of the most exciting things we got going on is the Chinese language stand up. You know,
Okay.
and
Yeah,
the growth of
course,
Chinese
yeah.
stand up here.
That's
has been
amazing.
crazy the
Yeah,
last few
I've
years. Yeah.
I've seen that, like when you did the show here, and
Yeah.
since then I've noticed a lot more sort of Chinese stand up and stuff.
Yeah.
And then of course Brian blew up, right?
Yeah,
Which
yeah,
is
it's a
amazing.
feature, yeah.
Shout out to him. That's
Full
pretty
one
amazing.
and the night show.
The night show is, I mean,
Yeah.
like my Chinese is pretty decent. Like I do some of the shows in Chinese. I'd say I actually
saw
watch a
that,
lot of
man.
those
Impressive.
shows, and I'd say I can get about 75%, 80% ish,
Yeah.
and the jokes and stuff, and it's pretty good. It's
That's
funny.
better than I
really
can do,
enjoy
and,
it, man.
and I write for the show, so
Well,
it's better than I can do.
so
So
you write. You're obviously not the Chinese, right?
Yeah,
So when
so-
you say you write for the show, I mean,
the host of
Okay.
the show, if you don't know, the night show is
Okay.
hosted by Brian Sung or Boan,
Okay.
his Chinese name, and then basically I'm one of the writers for the show. There's
Beauty.
a few writers on it,
Okay.
and his English is fluent. He started doing English stand up first,
Yes.
and actually shout out to him. His Comedy Central feature just debuted last night. He was
Really?
selected for season 4 of Comedy Central presents Stand Up Asia. They
Oh,
take
wow.
comics from
Okay.
Asian country. He's the first from Taiwan. It's an all English language show. Check that out. It's on Comedy Central MOD right now. He
That's
doesn't need me
amazing.
pimping him. He's
No,
famous
no,
enough.
yeah, no, for sure,
Yeah.
for sure,
But
yeah.
check that out. That's him in English doing his sets.
No,
And
yeah,
so
that's very
anyone
good.
who's seen him, his English is excellent. So
Yeah, for
I
sure.
write with him, and I'll write jokes for them in English, and then
Okay.
he translates them if they're if it works, if it's acceptable, if
Okay,
if the things can work. So yeah.
Beauty.
So normally I work with
Loving
him
it.
on the monologue jokes, like the news topics.
Okay.
And then we work on the main segment together at the end of the show. If you've seen the show, he opens
yeah.
with monologue, and then he'll have a big closing segment.
It's pretty. The show's great, actually. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah, it's
I
really good.
enjoy it more than sort of the night, the shows back home. I mean,
Yeah.
I enjoy that more, to be honest.
Well, it's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
it's so interesting
It's-
to see
it's
that
pretty
kind
amazing,
of
yeah.
spirit and that
It's
take
very-
on it.
yeah.
If you've seen any other Taiwanese televised comedy shows, it's very different.
I
There's no
actually have
slide
not, yeah.
whistles on stage. You know, like the
Oh yeah, those yeah,
the
of
slapstick,
course.
the boy yo 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 yo.
Oh
There's
my
none of
gosh,
that. you know,
When I first came here, I was shocked to see, so adults running around with the little hand slappy thing,
Yeah.
slapping each other on the butt. And I was like,
yeah.
what?
Yeah,
Wow. And I'm
yeah,
like,
slide
what?
whistles.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
Gongs. And shit like
Interesting.
that.
Interesting.
Yeah. It's
But to
different.
be honest, growing up in Canada with a Mexican family, the comedy in Mexico is definitely pretty different as well. I mean,
Yeah? What is that like? What's the?
it's I think it's more similar to Taiwan.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
Because there's sort of a variety shows and stuff that
Yeah.
I watched growing up as a kid,
Mm-hmm.
and I mean I was just like, okay, I understand it 100%, but it's
Right.
not funny to me.
Right,
But
yeah.
I mean that's how it is. You go to a movie theater and
Is there a lot of stand-up in Mexico? Are there because there's a lot of Mexican American stand-ups.
Mexican American, there's a lot
It's
for
huge,
sure. Yeah,
but
they're
that's
pretty huge.
the-
Yeah,
that's
literally.
like,
I mean,
you know, Cali in America. Yeah,
yeah,
huge.
yeah,
Fluffy. Yeah, it's a big boy.
That guy's awesome. Bro. Yeah, for sure. In Mexico, honestly, I've been in Taiwan so long, I'm kind of out of the loop. I
Yeah.
feel more Taiwanese than
Oh, fair enough.
than
you
it's
don't
kinda-
want to
than
comment
anything
on
else,
the
yeah.
Mexican stand-up
It's
scene.
kinda-
That's fair. That's
I
fair.
mean, so I really don't know that many Mexican stand-ups, to be honest, man.
That's
so.
fair. That's fair. I'm eyeing
Wing
this
number
one right
2,
here.
man.
Yeah,
I see
let's
it.
get in.
So next up, we got a little chipotle. It's a little sort of a sweet chipotle. You
Oh,
do the
word.
drumsticks, man. You're
I'm
hungry.
doing that.
Get
I'm
on
hungry.
it.
I'm sticking on
You
that.
do your
yeah.
thing. Do your
Also,
thing.
I'm trying not to
brother.
make a
Yeah.
mess on that.
Oh, that's what it's all about, man. Get on it. Get on it.
Oh, that's nice. That's real good. That's like a little chipotle barbecue action on that.
Exactly. Chipotle is obviously like a smoked
Word.
jalapeno, right? So
I did not know that. That's what chipotle is. It's just a smoked
yeah,
jalapeno.
yeah. It's funny because
There's no special chipotle pepper. It's just
there
smoked
is
jalapeno.
not. It's a smoked jalapeno. Yeah.
Really
Yeah.
educational show, man.
Educational
Holy shit.
show, right? So we have to. We've got to teach. We got to spread the word, right?
I can't wait to tell that to someone who doesn't know that. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be
You
one of
know
the
what?
great ones. You'd actually know there's no
Not
chipotle.
actually not that many people know, man. To be honest,
I have no clue.
before I really dug into that, I didn't really know either, and I was like, oh shit, okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. Smash like if you just learned something, man.
Yeah. There you go. Right.
Yeah.
So how how do you find sort of the inspiration, like to write for the show or for yourself or when you're doing something new? Like, how do you find that? How do you find that inspiration?
I mean, a lot of the stuff that when I got started was about living in Taiwan. Just
sure,
kind of the
I've seen quite a few of the shows here, and yeah.
Whether it's like the calling it the expat experience sounds like a little pretentious, whatever, like that. But, you know, like there's certain sets of things that people coming to Taiwan have in common and find that, and then just trying to put your own voice on it.
Sure.
And
of course,
I think recently, you know, just trying to be a little bit more like, you know, looking at stuff in my life, and you know, there's always certain things that are relatable, like, kind of universally.
Yeah. Sure.
And honestly, with the writing for the show and things like that, I've been really paying a lot of attention to the news, especially Taiwanese news, for, you know, the writing for the night show.
Yeah,
I gotta follow. I follow Taiwanese politics way closer.
So you gotta follow the politics.
Yeah,
that's cool. Yeah.
Are you? Can you vote here yet? Are you?
No, man, I cannot vote. I actually,
vote?
I'm still on APRC, right?
Yeah.
I have that, but if I wanted to vote, I would have to sort of cancel my Canadian citizenship.
Oh, word.
Which is. Yeah, I don't really think I'm going to do that.
That might be a good,
like, I'll probably keep that.
That's a good one to keep in the back pocket.
That's a good one to keep.
You're looking over at Hong Kong. You're like, I'm going to hang on to that.
Keep that one.
I'm going to hang on to that.
I should renew my daughters as well, you know.
Yeah.
We went to Okinawa a couple months ago in the summer, and we, you know, I brought her Taiwanese and her Canadian passport, and gave the Canadian one, and the lady's like, this is expired. I'm like, what? I never even look at this thing. Okay, well, luckily she has two. So let's use the Taiwanese one. Yeah, because
she's coming into Japan like a spy. You're just pulling out backup passports.
Like,
try this one. Try this one.
It's pretty crazy, man. Yeah. The funny thing was every time I go somewhere and I give my APRC, APRC has no expiry date, right? So every time I give that, they're just like, where's the expiry date? And I'm like, it's an APRC. Yeah. And they're like, what the hell's an APRC? I'm like, oh, it means, you know, I'm permanent resident. I've been here a long time. You know, it's unlimited. There's no, you know, there's no expiry date.
Well, China decides when it expires.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's
Xi Jinping. When's the expiration date? Yeah, that's when it comes.
That's exactly right. And it's funny because one of our let's say our favorite other restaurants, they actually reported us as hiring sort of illegal Filipinos once.
Oh yeah?
Right? And so we got raided. This restaurant got raided.
Damn.
And I mean, I was in here and sort of 3 dudes came in the front door, 3 dudes came in the back door.
Damn.
And they were just like, we heard you hire illegals. And I was like, I mean, it's usually supposed to be me screaming "La migra," you know, and I'm like, "Oh no, wait, no, I'm legal." I'm like, "Wait, what's going on here?" And they're just like, "Yeah, you know, we heard you have some, you know, illegal, you know, Filipino or whatever." And I'm like, "We have this girl in the back who, like, she's an Aboriginal girl. She's really dark. It's kind of boyish. No offense." And they're just like walking around. They're questioning everybody, and everyone's like, I don't know what you're talking about, man.
Yeah.
And then they're like, you know, they wasted their time, right?
Yeah.
So they're like, well, what about you? What do you got? I'm like, oh, dude, I'm married. I got my APRC. I got my work permit. And then they're like, okay. Let's see. APRC? What the hell's an APRC? This is like the government's like, what's the APRC? And I'm like, the permanent resident, you know? And they're just like, okay.
P stands for Filipino. Oh, we got you.
Exactly. Yeah, sorted, right?
We're getting you out of here.
So I'm like, okay. And they're like, can I see him? Like, and they're just like, again, they're like,
no idea.
Where's the expiry? I'm like, there's no expiry date.
There would be something ironic about it. Yeah, a Mexican guy getting arrested for hiring illegal workers in Taiwan.
You know what's even funnier about that is whenever I meet sort of new people that come in, I mean, I don't, so no need to ask. I always get asked if I have weed.
Oh, yeah.
Always. They're like, a Mexican guy and Canadian guy. This guy's got weed.
It's the Venn diagram.
And I'm like, I don't have weed, so stop asking, guys. You know? And everybody's like, wow, I mean, come on.
Mexican is Canadian. He's making tacos. Come
Mexican,
on, you're right.
tacos, Canadian. I don't
Watching
have weed,
the Joe Rogan Experience.
Exactly.
Come
Well,
on.
the DMT, you know.
Yeah.
And so basically, I'm like, I do not have it, so don't ask, because it's kind of like, yeah, no, I don't have weed, and then they're like, oh.
You know, if he says he doesn't have it 3 times, all right.
Yeah, so it's kind of funny. It's kind of a funny one. Let's get on the next one, bro.
Sure, man. Oh,
So
okay,
this,
keep going?
this
Yeah,
is,
yeah.
this
Let's
is
get him with
a.
I'm sticking on the drumstick if you don't mind.
Yeah, for sure. This is made with fresh jalapenos. It's sort of like a creamy, one of my favorites actually. Yeah, it's sort of the creamy jalapeno we call this one. Mm-hmm. And it's funny with this, we actually, when you make a fresh, super hot batch of this, because there's levels when you make it, it looks exactly like guacamole, right?
Oh,
so
right.
I did this catering, and
Someone-
we didn't have guacamole, right? But I brought a big tub of this, and people are like,
see where
"Oh
this is
shoot,
going.
I love guac," and I'm like, "No, wait a sec,
No.
that's not guac," and they're like, "Oh yeah," and then a chip, and just kind of like, and they ate it, and they were just like
A spoonful of
screaming,
napalm,
like
yeah.
crying and screaming, and it's like, told ya.
That is good, man.
That's one of the reasons we do wings, because a lot of the hot sauces are, I mean, I like them.
Yeah.
Right? So
Has
they
anyone
go
failed
pretty
to
well.
get through any of the wings? Was anyone like? This is episode 8. Has anyone?
Not yet, man.
Has
to be
anyone
honest.
bailed?
No, not yet.
Oh, fuck.
No pressure, but so far so good, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
I
those are
can't be
pretty
the
chill,
first to
right?
fuck it up. Yeah,
Yeah,
this is
yeah.
good.
It's not bad, right? Yeah.
I
Excellent.
do a dozen of these, easy, bang,
yeah.
beauty.
So we talked earlier about the new club opening up.
Oh, we're so excited about
So
it. Yeah.
so how does that work? I mean, you just find a location. I mean, like, how did the idea for a new club
Yeah.
open up? Because I mean, obviously, it's not something that happens all the time. It's a comedy club in Taiwan, and to be honest, I've never seen one, and I'm pretty stoked to go because
I think people are gonna
love it.
really like. I'm super excited. I'm super excited. December 14th is gonna be our opening party right now.
okay,
It's not necessarily going to be a show. There's
Okay.
going to be some opportunities for comics to jump up on stage and do stupid stuff, but we're just
Okay.
going to have like a fun party and get people in because we're so excited to show people the space.
Okay.
Where it came from, basically, the genesis was for the last 2 years we've been doing shows over at 23 Public's
Yeah,
bar
yeah.
in Gongguan.
Yep, I know about that. Yeah,
And they have
supposed
a
to be
basement
awesome.
room there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great spot. I mean, check out 23. Amazing beer, great stuff. And
actually,
their
next
room is
week
really,
we're gonna
really
have
fun.
bread on here, I believe. So I'm
Brett,
gonna make
suck it up. You gotta get in here,
I'm
man.
gonna make some extra hot for that guy. Yeah.
Yeah, get it.
For sure, for
Hurt him,
sure,
hurt
for
that
sure.
man,
I will,
please.
I will.
Yeah.
He deserves it. He
He's
deserves
asking
it.
for it.
He
Yeah,
deserves it, yeah.
But the comedy that we're doing, especially to a certain degree, some of the rising popularity of the Chinese stand-up was kind of
it.
outgrowing the space. You know,
Sure.
they have
Okay,
a
wow.
room that we could at max get about 50 people into.
Okay.
And at a certain point, we switched to doing 2 shows in a night
Okay.
so that we could get more people going in.
Beauty.
And it was just proving to be kind of a moneymaker. It was bringing people in.
Awesome.
It was something that
I
was
love it.
showing that
I
that
love
people,
it.
there was an interest and excitement for this.
Yep.
And it's something that Brian and I had been talking about before, about wanting to get our own space. And then the 23 guys, said that they were interested also in opening a new space. And
So
maybe this
they're
is a place
involved
that we
as
could
well.
get into
Okay,
it. Yeah,
cool,
yeah.
cool,
This is
cool.
going to be it's 2-3 comedy. We're keeping the name 2-3 because we're still with 23.
Beautiful.
It's going
Other
to be
good
at
guys.
23
They're
Public
good
Bar.
guys, yeah.
Great guys. And they know, and they have the experience now. This is being their third.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
4th venue if you count the place up in Beito.
In Beito, yeah, for sure,
So
for
they've been through this before. They know how to run a bar. They know how to do all the stuff that us monkeys on the microphones have no idea what we're doing.
Oh,
And,
running a business is well,
yeah.
it's just crazy. It's something different.
yeah. And so I think we all bring different things to the table. 23's got that experience. They know how to run a great bar. Brian obviously has that kind of headline popularity right now.
course,
He can
yeah.
drive a lot of
He's
audience in.
super big, yeah.
And people who come to English shows like to drink a lot. So between the 3 of us, we got a nice synergy right there. But it was time to move into a bigger space and a bigger room.
Okay.
What you've noticed out of if you've been following stand up in
Yeah.
Taiwan and specifically the last year,
Okay.
is that in Asia in general, it's really picked up.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
In the
yeah.
last year, we had Jim Jeffries and Jim Gaffigan come through here.
Amazing.
Live Nation brought them through, but those guys are doing big theaters, like 1,500 seat places,
Okay.
whatever like
Okay,
that, right?
sure.
And then. And then we're doing shows with like 50 people, and this like the obvious question begged there is like there's something in the middle, right?
Yeah, of course,
So
of
the
course,
new place,
yeah.
the capacity is going to be about 200. It's a 200 person
Beauty.
room.
Okay. And it's 7 days a week.
7 days a week,
Comedy.
but we also have the ability to divide the room with curtains to make it feel smaller. So like on a Monday night, we're doing an open mic. We're not
Okay.
going to have 200 people there, but if
Sure,
we've got
sure,
30, 40, you're going to feel real nice and comfortable in there. And it's going to be seated like a comedy club, seated down around tables. You can order drinks and food to your table.
Just like
right
the movies,
there.
eh? That's pretty awesome,
Yeah,
man.
exactly. Just
Okay,
like a comedy
okay.
club back home.
Yeah.
Super dark room where you
Yeah.
go and laugh at the person in
Where
the
you can
in the
get
bright
heckled
lights.
from you can heckle from the back row. Yeah. Yeah.
Please bring it
Yeah.
on. I dare you.
Yeah?
Come and heckle
Okay,
me any
okay,
night of the week.
okay,
I'll be there
okay.
every night of the week. I
Okay.
would love it. I've yet to meet a decent heckler in Taiwan.
Okay,
so
yeah,
I'd be
that's
excited
true,
to.
yeah, yeah.
I'd be excited to have have someone
You
step
have
up.
a big nose, or like
Yeah.
it's like okay.
Most of the time
Yeah.
they're just playing word association.
Yeah.
Like they hear a word you say, they're like, "Oh, that's something I've heard of before." You're like, "That's not heckling."
Okay,
You're just,
yeah.
You're just reacting slowly because you're drunk. But no. So we're
So will you be there? I mean, you jumping in this full-time gig now, or
Yeah, I
is
mean,
this
I'm
gonna be
still,
like-
I'm hanging out, I'm doing my thing,
Okay,
like we got to
okay.
pay our bills. We,
Of course,
yeah,
of course,
yeah,
of course,
yeah,
of course. Yeah.
Bushiban Lauscher, but we're
Don't
doing,
forget to subscribe to this channel.
Yeah, get on this one.
Yeah.
Smash the like button.
Yeah,
Yeah.
smash
hit
the
that,
like button.
Yeah, and buy 23
Thumbs
beer,
up
yeah.
and 23 beer and
But we're coming out, yeah. Well,
cheap wings on Wednesday.
We're making this place, we're making this place a 7-night-a-week comedy room.
Beautiful. That's pretty amazing. And I think with the momentum of from what I've seen, I mean, I've been here for 17 years, man, and it's I mean, it was non-existent. And then there was a couple here and there that kind of fizzled.
Yeah.
And then when you guys came in, I was like, these guys are doing well. And then I think the Monday thing apparently I mean, I get stuck in Tianmu a lot.
Yeah.
But
Dongguan's about as far as you can be.
That's to be honest, Raul's place, Crafted. Shout out to Raul Crafted. That's like
He was warning me about the spice.
If
thing.
it's past that, I mean,
You're out. And that's
out,
that's
you
like
know?
the tipping
That's like-
north.
that's like the tip,
that's
man.
yeah.
I'm
That's
like,
like yeah. That's like dipping your toe in
like,
Taipei, man. Yeah.
Am I? Do I have to go past Crafted?
Yeah. You just started.
Let me think about it. Let me think about it.
Well, we're a little bit past
Yeah,
Crafted,
yeah.
but not
Okay,
too
okay,
far.
okay.
We're about a 10-minute walk from that area. Yeah.
Actually, I'm excited.
you
I mean,
are.
I've always wanted to go check out a comedy show.
Please,
like-
we'll get you in
I
there,
mean,
yeah.
we had one here, obviously, but it's different because I'm like, this guy needs a drink. This guy,
Yeah.
is the mic good? I'm like, is this go?
They're out of nachos.
It's crazy. It's
yeah,
crazy.
for sure. Yeah, hosting the.
It's not easy to enjoy something when you're hosting it.
Yeah.
Right. So
and we did quite a few here. We had some good success here. Yeah, it was,
it was
a
good
lot of
stuff,
fun.
yeah.
The Tianmu crowds are super fun. But
Yeah. Now
having
they're
a
asking
home
for it
for
again,
is
yeah.
something that's going to be.
that's beautiful. And actually, when it's ready to go, give me the info and because we still have a lot of people asking.
Yeah.
And I'll just be like, bam, go here until we get our own thing going.
This
here.
is the
I mean,
spot.
Yeah.
So we'd love to pop up back here and do another
sure,
show up here.
sure.
It's super fun, man. Always
It's
have
fun.
a good time in Tianmu.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're super excited about opening up December 14th, opening party. Our first big show is going to be in English. Is going to be December 21st. We have the finals of the Taipei roast battle. I don't know if you're a fan of roasts.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So we did
sure,
we did a
sure.
series throughout
I've seen
the
some of that.
summer.
I've seen some of that,
where we
yeah.
had guys going one-on-one. And
Okay.
basically, we took all the guys who won that one, and they're going to do a tournament style. And I say
Tournament?
guys, it's guys and girls. We do have some
Tournament
girls in the
of
finals. Yeah,
Champions
That's
coming
right.
soon. Okay.
Roast
okay.
battle, no holds barred. So that's December
Beauty.
21st.
Okay.
At the
new
2-3
spot.
Comedy.
It's
2-3
the
Comedy
2-3
Taipei.
Comedy Club, right?
Yeah, 2-3
Okay.
Comedy Taipei.
I love it, man.
Yeah.
I think that's something new. It's something great.
Yeah.
I think looking at the success of the Night show,
Yeah.
your club is gonna be crazy.
We got a lot of fun stuff planned. Brian,
Yeah.
the host of the Night Show, is going to do an election night special. The night of the election is January 11th, which
Okay.
is a Saturday night.
Okay.
We do like a live stream,
Beautiful.
election night thing. It's
Okay,
going to be super
okay.
fun. We got a lot of fun ideas to fill the
Okay,
space and
okay.
to and people who are interested in comedy. That's
You
the
guys
place
got
to come
like,
out.
obviously beers and probably cocktails.
Yeah, we're going to be doing
or-
beers, and if you've been to Public before, you know they really focus on craft beer.
Sure,
We're also
of
going to have
course.
cocktails and well drinks at the new place. We're going to have a
Okay.
small food menu, be able to come out, get some French fries, some popcorn, some pizzas, some snacks.
Beautiful.
While you're having some
Oh.
drinks and watching the
Yeah,
show.
get some of that Alex Wagner pizza up in there, right?
That's right,
Monster
yeah.
pizza. That stuff it's good stuff, man.
That's nice,
Actually,
real
he just won. There's something called the Dragon's Den. It's like this.
Yeah.
Shark Tank.
Yeah.
It's basically sort of a Taiwanese foreign expat version of that.
So
and Alex
that
just,
is to Shark Tank as you are to Hot Ones, basically. That's
basically,
that's the
exactly,
analogy.
exactly.
Right, yeah.
And actually,
it's the Eddies of Shark Tank. Yeah.
exactly right. And Alex went in. He was talking about it, and I said, you know what? Check this thing out, man. You got some good. And the guy won.
He won it.
He won it.
What was
yeah.
his idea? What was the thing?
Basically,
was it
what
just pizza?
Yeah, it's pizza, but I mean, he's supplying.
Taiwanese like, whoa. Oh my
It's
God.
pizza. Oh my god! No, but he's supplying frozen pizzas to lots of bars and restaurants, and it's basically like, so if you have a coffee shop or if you have a restaurant, maybe not a restaurant too, and you want a late night menu, you want to send the staff home, you can order up these pizzas and you just kind of put them in the oven and you're set.
Well, bang.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
you're set. I mean,
Dude,
you don't
we're
need
just-
a kitchen, you don't need anything.
Now we're just
and
slanging
you
pizzas,
can
yeah.
you can get like some good quality stuff. I mean,
Nice.
you've had it.
Well, talking about pizzas
Yeah.
making me hungry.
Talking
I'm
about
getting, I'm
pizza. Get
getting in
on
there.
there,
Yeah.
man.
What are we doing here? What's number four?
that, number
Tell me about
four,
this.
That's kind of, so this is a bit of an experiment. I'm gonna. So I'm a fan of sort of the Frank's Buffalo style. Go ahead
Word,
and eat it, man.
yeah.
And but this is sort of my own first attempt at it. I'm gonna tweak this one. Mm-hmm. This is made with fresh garlic, fresh onion, some vinegar, some fresh local cayenne pepper, and I'm gonna tweak it to sort of our style of buffalo. It's not quite tweaked there yet, but I think the flavor's pretty decent.
It is good.
It's pretty damn.
The flavor is really, really nice. Yeah, the heat. It's actually just a little less hot than the last one to me.
Oh, did
the
it?
flavor is
Okay.
fucking good, man.
So I like to
It
make
just tastes like fresh.
Yeah. I mean, everything we make here is pretty fresh. I mean, there's a couple of farms that we deal with, and when they get, when they have a batch, they call us up and they're like, "Hey, we got 10 kilos of habaneros. How many do you want?" And I'm like, "How many do you want? Because I'll take all 10, man." And they're like, "Love this guy."
So Eddie's taking calls when farmers have fresh batches, but again, he does not have weed. Again, no weed, no weed.
I hate to disappoint, guys. I'm sorry.
You're the most likely to have weed.
I'm sorry, yeah. It's crazy because people like Mexican and Canadian. This guy's got weed. And I'm like, I don't have
You're whipping
weed,
out.
man.
He's like, I spent all day inventing new hot sauces.
I'm
Like,
I'm
you
making
must be high, motherfucker. Come
I'm
on.
like, hot sauces, tacos. This guy's got weed. Let's get round 2. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
That was nice.
Yeah, brother. I've also got some pretty cool ideas for some stuff that we're working on in the future.
Very cool.
We will do a taco show, of course, because that's what we do. I mean,
Make
tacos,
it your own. Own it, man. Yeah, own it.
We
That's
actually
your corner.
we actually do the tacos quite a bit. We actually now, so we were importing our own corn flour from Mexico.
Yeah.
And the quality is kind of up and down. And the guy that was helping us import them, he's a good friend of mine, and I think it's a little rough. So I was like, okay, what can I do here? There's no corn flour here.
Right.
There's one place that has it. Again, the quality's not so good. It's kind of expensive. And so what we did is I totally went into research mode. And what we're doing now with our corn tortillas is Aztec style. We're getting dried corn from the local Taiwanese dried corn from an organic farm.
Fresh blood, sacrificed virgin.
Literally. Exactly, man.
It's Aztec style.
Aztec style, baby, right?
Fucking
That's what we
kick 'em
do.
off the pyramid.
Yeah,
Boom, boom,
exactly.
boom, boom,
Just
boom.
like the movies. That's what they do,
That's
right?
not apocalypse. No, that was Mayans. My bad.
Yeah. There we go.
Yeah. That's cultural appropriation, probably.
No,
Sorry,
no, I thought I was fooled. I mean, I didn't even
You
know
ready?
that.
You
I was
ready?
like,
Yeah.
like I said, I've been here a long time. But so we get that in. We soak that sort of in this calcium sort of lime solution. We call it nixtamal, which is this. It's from the old Aztec sort of days where that's how they would make the corn sort of soluble and digestible and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But that's what we're doing, and we're grinding our own corn, and we're making our own corn tortillas literally from scratch, and we're grinding them out.
Who you got granted? That's where the illegal Filipinos come in, right?
Yeah, that's why they left.
That's why they left. Yeah, they're like,
they're like grinding this shit. Hell no.
This is it. It's a pain.
Hell no, man. I'm going back.
I'm going back to the KTV. This
shit,
is way.
KTV.
Yeah. I'd rather sing some songs here. Yeah.
Right on, brother. So we're talking obviously about comedians. So I'm gonna do a little rapid fire here. I'm gonna send you. I'm gonna give you a name. You tell me what you think. Obviously, comedians, right?
Yeah.
So obviously, we got to start with the man Joe Rogan.
Joe
Rogan.
Love his podcast. Not a huge fan of his stand-up. Love his podcast. I'm not. Yeah. It's a lot of his stand-up is screaming about times he's been on weed, whatever like that.
That's true.
But also the thing is, I think I spoiled it because I listen. I'm not supposed to be rapid fire, and I'm just talking. But
That's cool.
I listen to so much of his podcast.
Yeah.
There's kind of like if you listen to somebody for maybe say 3 hours a week, whatever like that. You're probably catching most of their thoughts. So when he goes and does his stand-up, I'm like, I feel like there's a sensation of feeling like you've heard some of it before or whatever that.
Yeah, sure.
But
The
I mean,
BMT
he is the king of podcasts, man. God, I mean, hats off.
The man.
He is making that money. Yeah, good on
I
him.
love that guy. He's a great. I actually was a fan of him as a UFC commentator first because I'm also a big UFC fan.
Yep.
But Joe Rogan's podcast, obviously. I mean, you've seen it.
God knows.
Everybody's seen it.
Plugs,
Everybody's
whatever
seen
like that.
it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I will check out his new special when it comes out. I was excited
Rogan's
to see.
awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's go old school. Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy, is
You remember
probably,
Raw?
Of course, but
Oh,
probably
hell yeah.
king of comedians that everyone found absolutely hilarious. And then if you go back and watch 10 years later, you're like, oh, I didn't realize he spent the whole first 10 minutes talking about, because you remember how he opens that.
Sure,
He's a word I'm not going to say on here, looking at my ass, blah, blah, blah. And that's the whole first 10 minutes. You're like, oh my God.
I don't even remember that. I haven't seen it obviously in years, but yeah.
It's I can't remember a movie equivalent to that, but something like that where it's indelibly a classic. When you go back, you're like, oh, this is actually super problematic. We couldn't
That's
but that's
hilarious,
that's comedy, right? That's
sure.
changing standards, evolving time, making us come back to comedy. I'm very, very excited to see what his special will be. Eddie Murphy's supposed to have a special coming out.
He's gonna have a new special.
He's supposed to have a new special coming out within the next year. Very exciting. Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah.
Okay. George Carlin.
George Carlin. I love George Carlin.
Yeah.
I actually just read his biography.
Okay.
Yeah. Really super interesting. Almost borderline like between a comic and like a Broadway monologuist, right?
Yeah, it's like his stories are just like
because he would literally finish like a
crazy.
bit, and if it's a comic, you think about like a bit that you do, but his bits were like these speeches, and he would bow at the end of each bit. Because it was like this written piece. He's like halfway between like Spalding Gray and like like a more stand-up comic, but definitely one of the. If there's a Mount Rushmore, he's on it. He's Mount Rushmore of stand-ups for sure. Yeah. Okay, good. Yeah. We'll save Carlin a spot.
We'll save him a spot. Yeah. Okay. Seinfeld, Jerry Seinfeld.
Seinfeld, the master, like basically invented the pretty much modern form of stand-up, like observational. Have you noticed this? Do you ever feel like this is weird? Isn't this something, like that? Yeah, basically.
Did you watch the show?
Seinfeld, of course. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Still watch some of the episodes in syndication and like that. Yeah.
These pretzels are making me thirsty, man. I love
it. And
I love it.
He has a second life as the crankiest old man of all time. But
that's the best. That's probably the best, I think, TV series I've ever seen.
And also, about 6 months into doing stand-up, I watched the movie Comedians. Have you seen that movie?
I have not. No,
Seinfeld's great movie to check out if anyone's interested in stand-up.
Okay.
Yeah,
it's
Seinfeld and profiling another young comic who's up and coming. It's Seinfeld when he's rebuilding his new hour after being off for like a couple years, and he just like basically lays down the 10 commandments of comedy in that special. That's it. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Watch that, you know how to be a comedian.
Okay, all right, perfect. It's the fast track to comedy. Okay,
yeah, that's it.
Beautiful. Let's do Trevor Noah.
Trevor Noah, Jesus, what talk about like tough act to follow, like going on to the Daily Show post Jon Stewart.
Yeah.
Especially at the same time when John Oliver's thing is being so ascendant, whatever like that.
Yeah.
Incredibly charismatic stand-up, like super, but I haven't made it through, I think, any of his specials all the way full. But seems like.
I thought I'd throw him in there because I haven't watched all the way through as well, but all these little clips and bits of this guy's great, man. I love the South African accent, and it always adds.
Some of his best stuff seems like when he's kind of off the cuff with the audience before the shows. Shoot some questions my way. Yeah, it seems very charismatic. Yeah.
All right.
And he's notoriously one of the hardest working comics.
Okay. Oh, that's cool. Yeah. What about Fluffy, man? Gabriel Iglesias. What do you think of that guy?
Gabriel Iglesias, he has a new show out on Netflix, right? Yeah, it's a show about him being like a substitute teacher, or whatever like that. Yeah,
I heard about that actually. I actually don't watch very much TV, to be honest. He's one of the guys. I've heard about that actually.
Yeah, he's one of those guys because he has the voices and things like that, and the sound effects.
Yeah.
It's very funny, but to me, like when stuff like that sometimes felt gimmicky to me.
Okay.
But the fact that he's had such staying power and is so successful, like he's obviously he's killing it wherever he goes, whatever like that. Yeah. I think he was just.
And he's also like Mexican, right, or Mexican American. So Mexicans are pretty loyal. So I know that down there. I don't know about in Mexico, but all the southern states with all the Mexicans, I bet he sells that out And then
but he also tours internationally. Like he sells out
that's cool.
Across Europe and Asia and shit like that too. So,
all he's got to do for the Mexicans is throw like a chancla joke in there, because the Mexican mom, they have their chancla with the sandal, and it's like a boomerang, and it's just like. They'd be like, cheese, and it's like, what? Bam, And every single Mexican mom does it, including mine, which is crazy. So as soon as he says,
what's your mom doing wearing sandals in Canada?
Well,
what's she doing?
For the couple months
a year,
1
month a year, she gets
1 month a year, right?
You got to worry about the chancla for 4 weeks.
But, what's even worse than that?
It's Timberland boots flying at your head.
You know what? I get a wooden spoon. And then we get it up to the hockey stick, which is pretty rough. It's like,
that's rough.
It's like, bam. Ooh, forget the chancla, bam. You're like, okay.
Oh, there's something in there. You got to write a bit about Mexican moms playing hockey.
Oh, sure.
That'd be good. They'd be the enforcers.
Actually, I'd like to go check out some open mics sometime.
Yeah, come on.
I got some. Some hilarious.
There's a dearth
stories,
of Mexican Canadian comics in Taiwan, so we need you.
Exactly.
We need you out there. Yeah, we don't have enough.
It's funny because actually, personally, I've never met another Mexican Canadian.
Right.
And my second year in Taiwan, I was going to this Mexican restaurant all the time. We're eating. And this lady, she's like, hey, I'm going to introduce you to somebody. I'm like, who? She's like, oh, it's this girl. I'm like, all right, well, why? What's up? And she's like, oh, she's Mexican Canadian. I'm like, what?
Yeah,
There's another Mexican Canadian?
Really?
She's like, yeah. I'm like, are you sure? She's like, yeah. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
So like, we brought her in, about a week later, I'm coming home. I'm like, Mexican Canadian girl?
Yeah.
That's crazy,
Yeah.
And then, let me grab those wings. Oh, it's hot, right? Is it super hot? That's okay.
You got it? Champ.
No problem, man. I got a kitchen, man, so it's all good.
You so just burned off those nerve endings already.
No worries, yeah. That's the flipping the tortillas, right?
These hands are dead.
No
Yeah.
So she comes in, and it's like no, I mean, no offense, but it's just like this pure like Caucasian Canadian girl. I'm like, hey, so like you're Mexican Canadian, huh? And she's just like, no. I'm like, what? And she's just like, yeah, no. I'm like, yeah, no, they were saying, Mexican Canadian.
Yeah.
And she's like, no, like, I was born in Mexico, but I'm Canadian. My parents are Canadian. And she just goes off on how Canadian she is. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Check this.
Not
I'm
going
like,
well.
Really?
That reminds me of my favorite.
Yeah, that's awesome. So
my favorite
good luck with that.
Winter Olympian of all time. You know the Mexican downhill skier?
No, I don't.
You never seen this motherfucker?
I have not,
oh
man.
my god, this guy's worthy of a YouTube.
Okay.
So there's this guy. He's an Austrian prince, but some like way throwback through his heritage, whatever like that.
Okay.
He has Mexican citizenship.
Okay.
So he competed for 6 Winter Olympics in a row as Mexico's only Winter Olympian.
Okay.
Doing downhill skiing.
That makes sense. Yeah.
But he would do the slalom, but he wouldn't even try to race. He would design outfits. He did one year. He had like the pistolero,
shit.
with like the thing like that. But he's blonde, like 6 foot guy, and he would just go down the course like slowly. He'd blow kisses. Every year blowing kisses like that, carrying the flag for Mexico every year because he's again Mexico's only Winter Olympian.
Oh my God,
he was amazing though. His costumes were incredible.
I'm gonna have to Google that.
Oh, he was great. Yeah, Mexico's Winter Olympian. It's worth a YouTube trip. It's a couple of quick deep dives.
All right,
these are hot out the
man.
kitchen.
We're
Starting on this side again.
So yeah, we're starting on that side.
That's the punishment.
Those are the killers.
Okay,
yeah.
that's the punishment.
That's made with that we make this one ourselves as well. That is made with the local sort of Thai chili peppers. So we're going up.
Okay.
So we're going up. We're going up in heat. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And you take all the drumsticks you want, my man. But also we like to make the sauce with some flavor, so this is like nice and creamy.
Woo.
I mean, yeah.
Oh yeah, it's got some heat. Oh yeah.
Yeah, baby.
We're getting there. Holy shit. All right. This is number 5. Okay. All right. Mm-hmm.
How's it taste? It's all right?
It tastes great. It was hot.
Yeah, man.
You're not playing around anymore. This is the serious plate.
Well,
the first one was like, all right.
It's like, let's warm it up. Let's
get going. But here we go.
So, you've been sort of all over Asia, it seems, right?
Yeah.
Doing comedy. How does it compare? Like, where do you think has the biggest scene? How does it all compare to Taiwan? I mean, you've been to like where? Singapore, I think. No, Bangkok, or you've been to? Yeah. So how does that all compare to Taiwan? I mean,
to back it up a little bit.
Woo! There we go.
There we are. All right. To back it up a little bit, like
You thought I was fooling around.
I was lucky to get my my first kind of like shot outside the country at 2016 at the Hong Kong International Comedy Festival.
I remember you talking about that. I think I've seen some clips about that actually.
Yeah. So I was lucky enough to make it to the finals in my first year.
Okay.
Which was just like a big introduction to the English stand-up scene outside of Taiwan.
Okay. And how is that? How is
it's quite dynamic and very interesting. Like every major city in Asia that you could think of has a stand-up comedy scene that's basically already in place, existing there.
Okay.
And probably the biggest one for the longest time has been Hong Kong.
Okay. Don't really want to go there right now, but yeah. Okay.
I mean, another group that doesn't need a shout out is they're opening a new stand-up club this month in Hong Kong. It's called The Riff.
Okay.
It's gonna be downtown. Huge capacity place, about 200 as well.
Damn.
It's the former guys, Andy Curtin and Muhammad Magdi, who used to be over at Kung Fu Comedy in Shanghai.
Okay.
Are behind this place. They're two of the best promoters and best club runners in Asia, and so it's going to be fantastic. They're working with Live Nation. They're going to be bringing people over. It's going to be amazing.
Okay.
Hong Kong is fantastic.
That's so close. You can just zip over there.
You can just pop over. Yeah. I mean,
wow.
And then Singapore and Malaysia are also great because of the built-in English language speaking population, especially Singapore.
Sure.
Umar Rana runs a place called Comedy Masala. It's a once a week room in Singapore. There's also a club, Comedy Masala.
Okay.
It was voted in I think 2012 one of the top 10 rooms in the world. They did a comedy room list, whatever like that. It's an amazing room. He runs it every Tuesday, and it's always sold out. It's always a great crowd. He hosts it a lot. He's a great guy. They also have a club there called the Mary Lion Full-Time Comedy Club in Singapore. Kuala Lumpur has a full-time comedy club called the Crack House, run by Rizal Van Geisel. Yeah, fantastic.
I'm not
club,
affiliated
super
with
fun.
that place, just so you guys know.
Yeah, don't ask him. Yeah. It doesn't have crack either.
I don't have it, all right? I don't have it, yeah.
And then in Bangkok, there's quite a few rooms. I was lucky enough to go and headline a Stage Time Comedy Club, which is run by a guy named Matthew John over there.
Beautiful.
And Shanghai, I was there before at Kung Fu. And I've been to Jakarta quite a few times doing the Mad About Comedy Room, which is at the American Club over there.
Okay.
So about 6 or 7 of the local countries, whatever like that, I've had the chance to go and headline since doing those festivals earlier. Yeah,
all this in 5 years.
All this in 5 years, yeah. I mean, that's another thing to get excited about. If you're interested in comedy in Asia, there's a low barrier to entry. We want more people to get involved. We want people to come out to our open mics, come out to the shows. We kill at the open mics. We'll get you on the shows. You kill in the shows. We just had 3 of our comics, shout out, go to the Bangkok International Comedy Festival.
Okay.
I kind of stepped back from the festivals. I've done enough of that. But these guys just came. We had 3 of our comics who made it into the festival.
Like Taiwanese guys?
One of them Taiwanese, 1 Canadian, and 1 British guy.
Okay.
But all doing comedy with 2-3.
Okay.
One of them made the finals and finished 3rd in the competition.
Represents.
Adam Hopkins finishing 3rd in that competition. I'm sure he's watching right now.
Shout out,
Adam,
man.
you better be on that
Adam
shit.
Hopkins, man.
Yeah, very, very funny guy. So it's cool to see, whereas a few years ago I was the only comic from Taiwan out there doing the other clubs and stuff like that.
Pioneering a little bit.
We got a deeper roster of guys who could go do it, and about 3 or 4 who are consistently going abroad and doing shows. So so it's
so representing Taiwan, boys. Yeah,
that's right. Repping that flag.
2-3 Taiwan.
Jugaun, Kevin was the first comic to go and do the Bangkok festival. Brian did the Shanghai festival a year before in English as well.
Okay, beautiful. So has there ever been a time where let's say you're hosting a show and you're up and you're great. I mean, you're a great host. You're coming up. Everybody loves you. And then you get somebody in there who just like bombs and everybody's like, oh shit, and you kind of got to like save the show a little bit. Yeah. Like I mean, how does that feel, or how does that work out?
It feels rough, and it's rough. Yeah. It's not as bad as when you're the guy who bombs.
When you're the guy that bombs,
which happens too. If you do comedy, you're gonna bomb. You're gonna fuck up.
Sure, of course. Anything in life, man. Anything in life, you're gonna fail. Yeah. You're
gonna eat it. So I mean, it's as a host, it's kind of like your job is more like traffic cop. You're trying to make sure like the audience is feeling happy. If the comic does well, keep it going. If someone before you bombs, you better have a few jokes that are ready that you think the crowd will like to bring it back up. But yeah, that's certainly happened before. Yeah, happened in the middle of shows. But I've had it the other way too, where I'm up there hosting and like the comics are doing well, but you can tell the crowd just doesn't like you. You know, and it's like then at that point your job's just to get out of the way.
Okay, move. Yeah, all right. Okay.
Yeah, that's like it.
So
let's get to the next comic.
Yeah. So how do you like? Do you judge? How do you judge the crowd? If the crowd is just silent, then you're like, okay, let's get this guy off the stage, or if the crowd's like going crazy, and you're like, hey, just give this guy another 5 minutes.
We're going back to Comedian, the Jerry Seinfeld movie. What he said is like that. It's a rookie move. You never blame the crowd.
Okay.
Because if the crowd really is that terrible, they're gonna leave.
Okay.
If they're staying, there's some reason that they're staying. Maybe it's just politeness. Maybe it's but there's some level that you can connect with them on.
Okay.
You know, doesn't mean you will do it. Doesn't mean you'll accomplish it. You might fail, but your job, as long as they're there, is to try to basically pretend it's a sold out show that's enthusiastic about it and do your best. You know, you can acknowledge the awkwardness if it's pervasive, but you don't want to go down that rabbit hole of starting to becoming antagonistic with the crowd, whatever
Kramer.
like that. Like, exactly.
Like Kramer.
Yeah.
That was rough because
or just this joke is funny. I know this joke is funny.
It's funny. No, it's funny. How dare
Everyone
you?
else laughs at this joke. What's wrong with you guys? Whatever like that. Now they think you're a dick. So
yeah.
So
yeah. I mean, how do you feel if one guy sort of bombs, and then the next guy comes out and he's just like, yeah, this fucking guy, huh?
Yeah.
Like, is that something that I would imagine that happens?
It should be something you sign up for, though. If you go up to an open mic, whatever like that, if you go up, like, if you just bomb, whatever like that, most people will ignore it.
It's going to happen.
But if you go up and you're swinging, right? You're taking, like, certain, like, you know, controversial stances that aren't hitting, or you're going over the top and it's not going well, you gotta expect the host is gonna have something to say about you afterwards, whatever like that. You know, it's just gonna happen. You know, that's part of it. You eat it, and it's for the benefit of the show.
And everybody's comics are pretty chill, pretty cool. Like they get along very well.
Oh no, not at all. It's like it's like cats in a bag. Yeah,
perfect.
Yeah. No, it's the most well. It's the most insane group of people you can imagine. Because first of all, we got expats.
Yeah, sure.
So there's a higher percentage of weirdos already. Let's be honest.
Okay.
The higher percentage of weirdos over here.
I'll agree with that.
Not everyone, but the higher percentage.
Sure.
Yeah. And then you choose the ones who voluntarily want to go up and do stand-ups. You can get a higher percentage of weirdos anyway.
That's true. Yeah.
So you're picking from an already, you know, population that's already fucked up. Yeah, and you just get a bunch of insane people. Okay. It's a nightmare. Yeah. Don't hang out after the shows. Come and go get a beer and stay away from the comics. That's the worst mistake you've made. No, it is actually a fun community. We do have a lot of fun after the mics and shows. We'll all grab beers together and talk about it. It's fun to like kind of talk shop and do that.
You guys all brainstorm sort of deals, or you should say
this?
We
do. I run some writing nights now and then where we get together and write together. Just have fun with it, and like everyone's for some people, it's just a hobby. For some people who have committed to it, and I'd say there's a higher percentage of that now. It's more than a hobby. They're interested in doing something with it, and that's part of what this new venue is about. We want this venue to be about for the people who want to do it as a hobby or just have that bucket list. I want to try stand-up.
Yeah, sure.
Well, now we got a comedy club where you can come and do it.
That's probably on most people's bucket list to be like, let's try it out.
Well, now you can come out and do it at a real proper comedy club that's going to look like that. You know, get your great Facebook picture of you on stage with a beautiful background.
Sure.
And and the other people who are actually kind of interested in developing and getting a little bit more into it. And we have more and more people coming out like that. Now they're going to have a space to do that, and it's going to be it's going to be exciting. Over on Linson Bay Lou.
Linson Bay Lou. It's I saw your sort of promo commercial.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny. Yeah, I like that. That was good.
Oh, yeah. We got some good guys doing video and work with us. Again, all these Taiwanese kids are so talented with that stuff, man.
It's pretty amazing.
I'm a moron with graphics and stuff like that. They get it. They get into it. Yeah.
Speaking of clubs, are there any clubs like worldwide that's like the Comedy Store in LA? Is there any places that like on your bucket list that you're like, oh, I gotta go there and I gotta do the show?
The Riff right now in Hong Kong. I gotta get to there. And in Asia, I've never been to Korea or Japan to do shows. I'd really like to get over there.
Okay.
I'd like to start. And
you've done China?
I've done China.
Bangkok?
Yeah, Bangkok. Yeah.
China,
Bangkok, Singapore, Kuala Lumpur, Jakarta.
Damn.
And Hong Kong before.
That's
I think
incredible,
that's it.
Man.
Yeah. Cambodia maybe this upcoming year, trying to do some spots over there.
Okay.
There, I would say probably a lot of comics have on their bucket list is the Edinburgh Fringe Festival in Scotland. It's a yearly festival where comics go over and they bring their shows over. I'd be really, really interested in doing that. Also, Australia. Melbourne Festival.
Okay.
Really interested in that. Okay. And then, eventually getting back to the U.S. and getting into,
You're from the U.S., right?
Yeah, from
Where
the
in
U.S.
man? Where?
Vermont, but I lived in Boston for quite a few years. Yeah, I came in Boston. I've only done stand-up in the U.S. once.
Okay.
I did an open mic. This is an example of the difference in Asia and the U.S., right? Our Monday night open mics, we get maybe 12, 15 comedians, maybe 12, 15 audience, whatever like that. It's a nice little crowd for Monday night, you know? In the U.S., I went to an open mic on a Monday night. There were 70 people at the bar. All of them were comics. There was not one audience member in the entire bar.
Oh my
there were
gosh.
70 people waiting to do the host. There were so many comics that it's called a show and go. The host would introduce the comics 3 at a time, and you had 3 minutes. You got up, did 3 minutes, and the next comic got up, did 3 minutes. Next comic got up, then the host got up and introduced the next 3. And they rolled it like that because there's so many comics going on. So I made every mistake you can possibly make. I invited my friends to come, you gotta come see me do stand-up. So they came. They're like, oh, Sam's doing stand-up now. We're gonna see him do stand-up, whatever like
awesome.
that. And then there's 70 guys in there who are just not listening to you, just looking at their notes, waiting for their turn to go up. And everyone had their routine down as the show and go. You get up and they're like, I've been thinking about this. What do you think about this? And they do a joke like. They wouldn't act it out. They just do like a joke, whatever. Like I get up there and I'm like Mr. Show. I'm like, hey, how's everyone doing here tonight? And they're just like immediately gonna see them be like, fuck you. Who the fuck? You think this is a show?
Yeah,
you think this is a show? This is Monday. Fuck you. And my friends are like, it was literally so bad after the show. My friends were like, so you really into the stand-up. This is really. It's really
like your mom. Like,
yeah, like what are you doing?
Mijo, are you sure this is something you want to do?
Because if you look at my Facebook, it's like all I'm posting about. Like,
yeah,
you really?
Sure, of course.
Yeah. There's like, So my friends were worried about me. Yeah, it's
Are you sure? Are you sure you're gonna do this as a career?
Maybe you should just move back.
Are you really good?
Yeah, move back.
Come back and work at the mill. You know, I get that.
Do
one
something.
all the time.
Yeah. Start making tortillas or something like that. All right, last one.
That one's good. That was killer, right?
That was hot.
Good. So this one, I have a buddy who also makes hot sauces.
Yeah.
Shout out to Flavor the World, and he actually made this
first.
One, and this is like it's hot. I'm not sure if it's hotter than the last one, but it's kind of like a secret sauce, secret blend, and let's give it a shot. I'm not sure if it's as hot or hotter than the last one.
Good. It's hot. I still think the last one.
Oh,
this one's got a little sneaky. Sneaky. Ah. It doesn't get you right at the front. It gets you on the back end.
No.
It's being the back end. Yeah, that's for tomorrow, right?
That is true.
That's for my work to worry about later.
Go.
Man. This is good.
Pretty good, right?
Mm-hmm. I like yours, the creamier sauces, though. I like that.
So
this one's so good, but it's so hot.
That's kind of one of the.
These two are gonna fucking kill me, aren't they? All right.
Those are rough for sure.
Let's do it.
You want to go now?
No.
Oh, okay. I was like, is it okay? Hey, it's up to you, man. So for a beginner, who wants to come? I mean, we kind of answered it already, but who wants to come? Who wants to do stand up? Who wants to try? Who's thinking maybe I want to do this as a career?
Yeah.
I mean, what kind of advice do you have for this kind of person?
Because first is do it sooner than later.
Okay.
A lot of people get hung up on the writing part of it. You know.
Okay.
They want to perfect their 5 minutes, whatever like that. But like, stand up is like probably, I don't know what the exact breakdown is, but it's at least just as much performance as it is writing.
Sure. Okay.
So like you got to get up on stage to do it. Don't worry if your first the first 5 minutes you do. If you continue to do stand-up, there's no chance you're going to be doing those same jokes within even a month of starting, right?
Okay, yeah.
So get up there, go on stage. Don't be precious about it and worry about your first time or build it up to be so much, whatever like that. If you have one single thing that you think is funny and interesting to say, go ahead and go for it. And you'll know right away if it's something that makes you feel hooked and you're into. And then keep coming back out, and you can work and worry about the writing and stuff later. Is just get into it. Go to open mic. It's super friendly, super accommodating. People know it's your first time. They're going to give you lots of love.
Okay.
And no one's judging you as harshly as you think they are.
Okay.
No one's holding.
Or they don't tell you. No.
yeah.
Or you don't know.
And if we do, I am judging you exactly as harshly as you think you are.
Well.
But no. It's a great, and like I said, it's a very, very low barrier to entry. You get into it, you get involved. We're going to make you part of the group, part of the community, and you're going to be getting on shows and having a lot of fun with it. So.
And the community, like you were saying, they get along pretty well. I mean, they're like you said. There's a couple of other sort of comedy, maybe Chinese comedy groups. Are they like, hey, these guys are opening up something? That's awesome.
No. I think they're more excited. They're more excited about like this. I mean,
like
from a comic, anyone's looking at it like, no, this is another place to perform. It's another venue to perform, Because a lot of us are doing shows at at bars.
Do you want another blonde, or do you want what do you have?
Yeah, I do another one of these. Yeah, something to keep up. 23. Shout out to 23. It's delicious.
Can you get one more blonde?
The blondie over here. Oh.
Yeah. One more of these ones. Yeah. Thank you. Little product placement there.
Very nice. Yeah, let's keep that.
There you go.
23.
Yeah, good dude. So I think Brett's coming out.
Good. Yeah,
Brett's
get him on here.
He's funny. I'm gonna make something special for that guy.
Yeah, fuck him up.
Definitely.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Gonna do it. And I'm gonna be like, let's slip him a little something in there.
Yeah,
so
he's far too comfortable. Yeah, get him out of his head a little bit. Yeah.
And I hope to get Matt on someday, but we'll see.
Matt's a tough one.
You can ask him.
He's a tough one to catch. Yeah. He plays it close to the. Yeah, he plays his cards close. Yeah.
It's funny.
Yeah. So what about you, man? How's it going? Like, you got Eddy's 1 and 2 over here? Or like,
they're going pretty good. Yeah. Everything is going pretty good.
Yeah. You gonna get the crispy tacos over here at number 2?
Yeah. Well, we're actually.
I love those crispy tacos because I grew up eating tacos in Vermont where we don't know what the fuck tacos are.
Yeah.
So for me, a crispy taco is a taco. That's like.
What's the funny thing about that is when we had our Dan Shui store originally, we had obviously people from all over
Yeah.
Taipei, Taiwan coming up to eat. And I had this one sort of like ABC Taiwanese sort of guy. He comes up and he's like, "Oh, dude, I love your food, you know, blah, blah, blah." I'm like, "Okay, cool, thanks." He's like, "But why don't you have tacos, dude?" And I'm like, "What?" Because I mean, I grew up. My family's Mexican.
Yeah.
I mean, and I'm like, "Yeah, no, we have tacos. We got corn. We got flour. I mean, what are you talking about?" He's like, "No, man, like tacos, man." And I'm like, "What?"
Like old El Paso, you know?
And I'm like,
they're square on the bottom so they don't fall over.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
"What are you talking about?" I'm like, "Yeah, no, we got these." And he's like, "I'm talking about not talking about the soft shell." And I'm like, okay, I know what you're talking.
You're a moron.
I'm
You're dumb.
I
get you.
I'm like, okay, well.
Yeah, for me that was.
Let me know. I can make those for you.
That
no
was
problem.
Mexican food peaked for me with the old El Paso commercials. Was it "Por qué no los dos"? They had the hard shell and the soft shell. Remember those?
Yeah.
Por qué no los dos?
¿Por qué no los dos?
The little girl. Yeah.
But you know, what was even better than that as a kid? I mean, I'm definitely older than you, but there was paste picante sauce, like paste salsa.
New York City, yeah. They make
It's
their
just
salsa
like,
in
they make
New York City.
Well, this stuff's made in San Antonio by folks who know what salsa should taste like. Well, this stuff's made in New York City.
New York City.
And then when they'll be like on a wagon, the best one, they were on a wagon, and there was cows on the outside, and they'd be like, New York City. And I was like, yes.
Anyone who saw that commercial could have predicted that Trump would have won in 2006.
It was
That was
so
literally,
good.
that was it. That was the
So
beginning.
good.
It's just like,
And then the dude who says New York City, they throw him off the wagon.
Yeah.
And the cows look at him and they're like, animal.
yeah.
Favorite commercial from my childhood right there, man. That and the Wonder Bar commercial, man.
Paste picante.
It's just like, and then when I actually seen it in the store, I was like, yes.
Yeah, we got that paste.
Yes, we got it. And my mom, we make our sauces at home. I'm like, yes. And I cracked it open. I'm like, what the hell is this shit? You know?
This is tomato sauce with peppers in it.
What is this?
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah, yeah.
okay, paste. Well, this stuff's made in New York City. You know,
I grew up in my hometown in Vermont. We had a Mexican restaurant, Gusanos.
Okay.
And we go there. I used to I enjoyed it. You know?
Sure, of course.
They did a lot of
man,
Tex-Mex stuff for the
I'm not
Vermont
hating on
crowd,
that,
whatever
dude.
like that.
Yeah.
But smash cut 2 years later, I'm watching Kitchen Nightmares. Gordon Ramsay.
Oh shoot!
And
it on
Gusanos is on Kitchen Nightmares.
You know, Gusano is worms, right? Like worms. Gusano is
yeah, well,
worm.
their problems was rats.
It's worse
But
than-
yeah,
okay,
their
okay,
problem were
okay,
rats at the
okay.
time. Yeah, whatever like that. But I was like you could have seen me in the background and even the before pictures for their old one,
You're just
whatever like that. It's like, yeah, eating a taco like that. Like it's like I had no idea there were rats.
How
jumping
dare you
all
serve
over
this to your customer?
tortillas.
Like,
Yeah, that's pretty good, man. It's pretty good.
fuck,
Yeah.
I'll eat it. It's good.
It's crispy tacos. Yeah.
It's funny because I saw a Kitchen Nightmares thing, and they also went to a Mexican restaurant, and like so we use really good cheeses and we use whatever good ingredients.
Yeah.
But you know that like nacho cheese sauce, like that gas station stuff.
Yeah,
like,
the squeeze.
Like they have that. They
lava
they have that
orange,
here.
yeah.
I've
it's like
tried
the same
it.
color as this hot
like
sauce.
I've tried it.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's so chemical and so
Yeah.
so much preservatives in that I mean, it would take I don't know how long.
Yeah.
Like that would survive like a nuclear holocaust.
That's what
in
the
a bunker.
cockroaches will eat when they finish the Twinkies after the nuclear holocaust.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So Gordon Ramsay went into a Mexican restaurant and he was checking their fridge and he found some nacho cheese sauce that was bad.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Do you know how long
it has to go?
this has to
It's
have
like
been
finding
here?"
a Twinkie with mold on it. You're
It's
like,
like,
how did you do this?
How is that possible? How long? It takes to go bad?
This cheese had to go
It's
back
crazy.
in time
It's
to have
crazy.
mold.
It's
Yeah.
good. Back to the Future cheese,
Yeah, that's
man.
still good.
Yeah.
All right, penultimate
Ready?
wing. Fuck,
Okay, so
man.
get on there, man.
I'm so nervous about how number 5 fucked me up that like this one's just staring
So number
at me
5
like,
should be higher
fuck
on the
you.
list. Yeah. All right. So this one.
Oh, this is just pure heat. Okay.
Get
All right.
on
I
it,
get
bud.
you. I see what you're doing here. This is just a monster.
This is also a homemade one.
This is just a monster. What's
And
this on
that's
this
made with
fucking
a-
Scoville scale?
I don't know, man.
What are you
We
doing
use
to me?
ghost peppers to make this.
Oh, Christ.
Enjoy it.
Has anyone been hospitalized from this show? Has that happened yet?
Not yet, but I got a story about that.
You mostly have people who are in better shape than me on this show. You got like UFC fighters and shit like that. Well, I'm an alcoholic comedian. This is gonna be.
Hey. This show is about
See, the fact that it
people
hasn't,
telling stories, man.
the heat hasn't hit me yet. I'm so nervous about the next
There you
30
go.
seconds.
There you go.
All right, I'm dealing.
this show, like my idea for this show is, as a restaurant owner, you get to meet millionaires, billionaires, college students. You know what I mean?
I'm not in those first two categories. If you're
nor am I. Like you meet people from all walks of life. Yeah. And everybody's got a cool story. Mm-hmm. I mean, almost everybody. I mean, some people are like, "Hey, I'd love to be on your show," and I'm like, "Okay." And you chat for like 5 minutes, and it's just like, teach kindergarten, get shit faced all day after that. Like, oh, cool. What else do you guys do? That's it. Just get shit faced, and then I teach kindergarten again. I'm like, okay, let me see what I can do. You know.
Yeah.
But
not giving me a lot to work with. Here,
it's okay, but whew. Yeah, man. So that's made with ghost peppers.
Word.
Yeah. So how you feeling on? You haven't touched the milk or anything though. I'm pretty impressed. Yeah.
I'm staying on the beers, man. Yeah.
Okay.
Milk. Yeah. I don't know. Well, what's this guy?
That's horchata. Mm-hmm. You want to try it? This is horchata. You know what horchata is?
No, I have no idea.
We don't have horchata in Vermont, man. So horchata is.
I don't think we do. Is it made with maple syrup?
It's a Mexican sort of. It's like a rice water with milk.
I literally just sucked on the stir.
Yeah.
Okay,
you know what? Everybody does that. Everybody does that. It's all good. And sort of rice water, vanilla, cinnamon. It's like a really traditional Mexican drink. Mm. And in Mexico, people they drink a lot of horchata, right? And that last one got hot. Yeah.
Oh, it's coming now. Yeah, that's what it is. Fuck.
That's the trick. I got to get you. It's not hot enough. Drink the horchata, right?
Was there something on the stir? Oh my god.
Yeah,
all right.
There you go. All
well,
right.
At least I can blame the redness in my face, not on the booze anymore.
I love it, brother. I love it.
Oh, that's a deep heat.
Yeah. So if you had the chance to perform with anyone, open up for or perform with, past, present, doesn't matter. Who?
That's a great question.
Who? Ooh. Who's the man? Like, who's like...
Can I answer that question in like a couple ways?
Sure. Of course you can. No rules here, man.
If I'm just going for being on like the best show I think I could ever be on with like the GOAT, is Chappelle. I think Chappelle's making a decent case for the greatest of all time.
The GOAT. Okay.
I think he's piecing together.
He was on the list, but we talked so much about the other.
Oh, I saw. Yeah, I didn't handle the lightning round very
Chappelle and Kevin Hart were on there. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Chappelle's making a decent run at the greatest of all time for the greatest to pick up a mic and do stand up.
He is really good. I love.
It's like
that
being
guy.
like, you might not have you a basketball fan.
A little bit. I mean,
you might not have the most fun playing LeBron James's team. You know, you might be. It might be more fun to play with Giannis or something like that, or see him. But if you want to say like at the end of the day, like be like I played with LeBron, right? I open for Chappelle. Like, if I open for Chappelle, no one would fucking remember anything I did because they'd be there. Chappelle, blah blah. Chappelle, in terms of like the guy who I just think is in his prime right now and smashing out the ball is Bill Burr.
Okay, I don't even know who that is, man.
Bill Burr,
okay.
Former Boston comic, fantastic.
Okay.
Comic.
We got the wet ones in there too, if you need them, man.
Oh, I'll get into that in a second. Guy who I think is in the pocket in terms of like being up and coming and is killing it, is not like selling out arenas or anything yet. Is this guy Tim Dillon?
Okay.
Tim Dillon. He's kind of like a loudmouth comic from Long Island who comes across like a really conservative guy, but he's actually like he's a gay guy from Long Island. He's like he's wildly funny. He does great Instagram videos. I think he's kind of like on the up and up right now.
Okay.
I think he would be a great guy to do, and those three I think would be absolutely fantastic.
Beauty.
Yeah, those would be the three.
Okay.
Yeah, Chappelle, Burr, or Tim Dillon. John Mulaney, one of my favorite comics, just because I think he's one of the best writers.
Okay. Wow. Good.
Those big guys.
How you feeling?
Good. The Ghost Pepper is definitely not fucking sending me back in time right now. Holy
Ghost
shit.
Pepper, actually.
That is no joke.
There's Ghost Pepper.
Yeah.
And then there's the last one, which is like the crazy one. So I don't know when you're ready. I'll take a second.
Let's take a second.
Take a second.
Give me another quarter of a blonde and we'll get into it.
Okay.
Holy shit. Yeah.
Woo! So it's funny because
tell me about this. Let me know what's coming here. What kind of peppers we got?
So there's scorpion peppers.
Word.
Which are hotter than Ghost.
Okay.
So this is also made by a friend of mine that when I did the show,
it looks like there's more pepper than chicken on that wing.
For sure. There probably is. There probably is. The problem is it's so thick.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a tough one.
It's
man.
just no regard for human life or
that's
comfort.
A tough one,
Yeah.
So that came out because when I did the first show with Raul, and Brentley, I had a bottle of the Last Dab. Shout out again. I'm a big fan, and that is hot.
Okay.
That is really hot. And so I was like, I didn't have anything like, so my ghost pepper was, I thought that was hot.
Yeah.
But the Last Dab was next level hot. Even hotter than that.
Yeah.
And so a friend of mine who also does hot sauces, Flavor of the World.
Yeah.
He was telling me, he's like, I got something hotter than the Last Dab. I'm like, no, you don't, man. And he's just like, yeah, I'm like, oh, no, you don't, man. And so he brought it a couple weeks ago. And who did I have that with? I think I was with I had an Instagram influencer, Rainbow Alice.
Right.
And that was my first Chinese show. Like I did the whole thing in Mandarin. Yeah. And it was I think I did pretty good. It's my third language, but it's not as easy. Like this is just, we're just chatting, right? So I was just like, okay, I can chat in Chinese, but I have to kind of be like, I've got the English question.
You got to have a little more scripted.
Then I got the Chinese question, and then I got like the pinyin, and then I got my dummy version of pinyin.
Okay.
And I've got the way of here's a formal question, and how can I dumb that down to where I can say it?
Yeah.
And everyone's like, oh my God, your Chinese is so good. I'm like, thank you.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for that.
Yeah.
And so it went pretty good, but so that was the first time that I did that, the Scorpion.
Yeah.
And I was like, woo.
How does she react to it?
You know what? She crushed it.
Yeah.
She's like, I would say 23, 24.
Fucking Rainbow Alice.
Beautiful. Taiwanese Instagram influencer. I've known her for a little bit. And she loves spicy food. She actually comes out to our all-you-can-eat tacos quite a bit. Then I'm like, hey, come on out. I want to try the first. She's really chatty, which is great. Because I was like, I need for my first Chinese one. I need somebody who's a little chatty.
You got to carry us a little bit.
You carry me a little bit.
Put this show on your back a little bit.
And it's been good, actually. It's had the most views of all of them so far.
Very nice.
Which is pretty cool, yeah. So she crushed it. She was like, bam.
Bam.
I mean, it was spicy for her.
Yeah.
But she was like, okay. Answering questions. Here's my Instagram. Here's my... And I'm like, God damn, give me a second to catch up here, you know?
If Rainbow Alice can do it...
Rainbow Alice. Hashtag Rainbow Alice. All right, brother.
Oh, this is nonsense. Okay.
Right. Get on it, bro.
I see what you're doing.
Okay, let's eat it.
I see what you did. I'm going in from the back. Yeah, when the girl comes in for the close up.
You feel this one?
Right away.
Tonight when you're going to sleep?
Oh no.
And in the morning.
Oh Christ. I got shit to do tomorrow.
Oh, you gonna shit tomorrow. For sure, man. Get on it, sir. Now I got the Mount Rushmore question.
It's just numbness.
Comfortably numb.
This is like cocaine.
It's just getting started, man. So
yeah,
levels to that shit. Yeah, levels to the game.
I should have been more respectful.
Get on it, bro. Get on that, dude.
Coming in here. I'm gonna do that. I got a little dab off it. Holy fuck.
There you go, brother.
I'm sweating inside my skin right now. I can feel it.
That happens.
That happens.
Move that over a little bit. When your face is sweating and your throat...
My face was sweating after number 5. This one... Whew.
Oh, my God. So
Good Lord, buddy.
Never been heckled in Taiwan, huh?
No, I've been heckled for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, been heckled. Never well, I would think.
Not like USA level, yeah?
No, not people just like really tearing you apart. Like I said, it's mostly like word association shit, you know?
Yeah. Do your thing, man.
Look at this shit. You fucking painted it on.
He did. I told him not to, too, man. And I was like, dude, take it easy on the last one. He's like, yeah, but it's thick. It's thick. This guy, eh? My man.
Oh, he has no regard for human life. There we go.
He's like, you busted my balls, man. I got my chance here. I got my chance. Yeah, baby.
The worst is just knowing it's not going to get better.
So the tongue is on fire right now.
Uh-huh.
And, I'm losing my questions here. The Mount Rushmore question. There you go. Mount Rushmore. Oh, George Carlin, of course.
I put George on there.
Yeah. All right. Who else you got on Mount Rushmore?
Chappelle.
Chappelle?
I can't say that I think he's the GOAT and then not put him up there, no?
Yep. I agree. I love
Pre-rape Bill Cosby. Oh.
Okay. Oh, yeah. He was on the list, but I'm like, do I really want to bring
Yeah,
up
let's
Bill
not
Cosby?
talk about him. Let's get him up there.
Yeah. The milk helps more than the horchata.
You think?
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
For sure.
I need some help. Why is my milk called cloudy? Is this astronaut milk? What's going on?
This is our version of the DMT, right? Ooh, you're going to a next level here. Yeah, baby. Mount Rushmore. Chappelle.
How did other people finish this podcast? I am dying. Oh my God.
We're almost there, man. We're on the home stretch. You finished it. I got a couple spots on Mount Rushmore left.
I'm going to cut out my tongue like old boy. This is the only way. Fuck milk. I'm going to do like... Whew.
That's a hot one, man. Damn. Oh, man. I do it every week, man. Imagine that.
Yeah?
Yeah. Almost every week. Almost every week.
Is it like your hands? Does it kill off the nerve endings?
No, but be careful when you go pee. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh, where you're touching? Oh, my God.
And do not touch your eyes because they're watering, but don't touch them.
Oh, I'm sure I've already done it. Jesus Christ. No, I don't feel the burn yet. It would be quicker than that.
Oh, you would
Dude,
know.
oh, my God.
You would know. Shout out Flavor of the World. That is hot stuff. 2 spots left on Mount Rushmore.
I'm sorry. I'm doing it. I'm just got to get... Chappelle, Carlin.
Yep. Take it, man. It's all you. Enjoy
Chris Rock.
Chris Rock.
I think he was so influential with his 2 specials. I
do love Chris Rock.
Fucking Bigger and Blacker. Oh my God.
Yeah, baby.
And when you put together a Mount Rushmore like that, I want to get somebody in there who's in like the innovator realm, like maybe Carlin works for that, changing vaudeville to stand up a little bit.
Yeah.
Because people always want to throw like Lenny Bruce or something in there, whatever like that. I don't know if you've ever actually watched any Lenny Bruce's stuff.
I do not know who that is, man. I'm sorry.
He went to jail for like stand up in the 50s and shit like that.
Okay. I did do my research.
So I just have to put the funniest stuff, the best
50s.
comic of all time, Amy Schumer, but I've got to put her in there. I'm fucking with you. Amy Schumer sucks.
Okay.
No chance. Chappelle, Rock, Burr.
Carlin. No.
Yeah,
That's
Carlin.
your 4. That's your 4.
Oh, I put Burr in there? I just snuck Burr in there without knowing
snuck
it.
Burr
No,
in there.
yeah, sure. We'll put Burr in there. Great.
Okay. So that's
Great.
it. All
That's
right,
my
brother.
Mount Rushmore.
We'll have to let you know that congratulations, you are a Mexican.
Oh.
You made it. You have survived. And
If I have a heart attack before I leave here, I don't think I count it as making it. But yeah, so far so good.
we got to get those waivers set up soon. So
Don't worry, I have no legal representation that could do anything after my death, so it's fine.
perfect.
Yeah.
Nor do I. So
2-3 comedy. Taipei.
tell people where
opening
you at,
up.
what you doing. Yes.
286 Linson Bay Lou. It's right next to the fucking TGI Fridays on Linson Bay Lou. Our opening party is December 14th. Our first Chinese language show is December 20th. December 21st is the roast battle finals. There's going to be English language open mics every Monday and Wednesday. Chinese language open mic every Tuesday and Thursday. Cocktails, craft beer, and live comedy every night of the week. Check it out. 2-3 Comedy Facebook page. That's
We will
it.
have all the info in the description. Thank you guys for watching. thank you for coming out, my man.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate it, man.
I
Always
love
a
it.
pleasure
I
to see you,
appreciate
Eddie.
it.
Cheers.
Love to see you.
You fucking buried, man. That's one best good.
Check that show. Check it out.
Yeah.
Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to click like. Don't forget to do all that good stuff. Share. And go check this guy's show out.
Smash
Peace
the bell.
out, guys.
Subscribe and the bell. Come on. Yeah, do it.
Peace out, guys. Take it easy.
Cheers,
Peace
man.
out,
Thanks a lot. Thanks,
My
Eddie.
man.
Appreciate it,
All
buddy.
right,
Cheers.
all right.
Woo!